Hello, grade 10 students. Welcome to a new English lesson. Our lesson today is speaking 9b. Please prepare your student book, page 120, and let's enhance our speaking skills together. In today's lesson, we are going to name different types of books using a set of pictures, identify the key information of a prompt to express opinion about the favorite books, and finally, to demonstrate ability to form ideas and justifications about different types of books. Now let's start with the following question. What are the different types of books? Please pause the video for a while. Try to mention as many types of books as you can. Now let's find out the answer together. We have mystery books, folk literature. We also have science fiction novels. We have informational books that might talk about animals, building, or any other issue related to our life. We have also biography, which provides a fictional account of a historical person's life. We also have realistic fiction, historical fiction, and also we have fantasy books. Let's take another exercise in your student book, page 120, exercise A. Discuss the following. Use the words in the box. What type of books do you like reading? Do you have a favorite author? An author here means the person who writes books. If yes, who is it? What's the most interesting book you have ever read? And why did you like it? Now let's see together some of the words and the expressions that we can use to talk about books. We have here fiction, science fiction, thriller, crime, mystery, and trilogy. And the trilogy here means a series of books, actually 3 books, written about the same situation or characters to form a continuous story. Non-fiction, such as biography, travel, historical account, cookery book, journal, short story collection, poetry, to write poems, classic, and graphic novel. Also, we have here some other words, such as plot. So what is a plot? A plot means the series of events that happen in the story. We have a chapter when the story is divided into two chapters, for example. Author, the characters of the story. We have the hero, which is the main character of the story, and this is for men. And we have a heroine, and this is for the main character if she's a woman. Now please pause the video for a while. Try to answer these questions using some of these words. And now let's answer together. What type of books do you like reading? One of the possible answers could be, I like reading novels, science fiction, action and adventure, fantasy books, historical books, and the biographies. Do you have a favorite author? If yes, who is it? So, we can say, my favorite authors are William Shakespeare, Charles Dickens, and Susan Collins. What's the most interesting book you have ever read? And why did you like it? So, we can say, one of the most interesting books I have ever read is Hunger Games by Susan Collins. It's a science fiction novel set in the future, where one boy and one girl from each of the 12 districts are selected by lottery to compete in a televised battle. I really liked it because I found this story very original. Now let's practice together how to talk about different types of books. Please go to your student book, page 120, exercise B. Talking birds, Read the blurbs, and blurbs here means a short description of a book. Read the blurbs from 4 different books and talk about each of them. Then decide which 2 books you would definitely be interested in reading, giving reasons. These are the books, and here we have some expressions and some words that we can use to talk about these books. For example, we have here fascinating, enjoyable, amusing, a page turner, a good read, unoriginal. If you feel that this book is not a good one or you're not interested in reading the book, you can say it's an original book. Unappealing or appealing, grabbing, which means so interesting or exciting that it holds your attention completely. Then we have dull, which means a negative opinion about the book. Now here we have some expressions. Please pause the video for a while, try to read these expressions, and let's practice how to talk about books. Now let's practice together how to talk about books. We have here some expressions to show interest or disinterest in reading some books. For example, to show interest, you can say that's a fascinating book, or enjoyable book, or that's an amusing novel, or a page turner, or this book is a good read. Also, you can use words such as original, appealing, grabbing, and grabbing here means so interesting or exciting that it holds your attention completely. If you are disinterested in the book, you might say it's unoriginal or an appealing book. It's dull. So, these are also some expressions that we can use to talk about books. For example, here we have 2 books. One is Death on the Nile for Agatha Christie, and the other one is Harry Potter. Now let's find out together how to talk about these 2 books using these expressions. For example, you can say, the new Harry Potter book will be fascinating to read. I can finish it in 1 day. So here, fascinating to read. Does it mean that you are interested or not interested in the book? That's correct. It shows interest. Another opinion might say, I don't think I'd like to read it, as I'm not really into fantasy and fiction books. So here we have, I'm not really into. I'm not really into here means I'm not interested. So is it here used to show interest or disinterest? That's correct, to show disinterest. Another opinion might say, to me, the new Harry Potter novel sounds like a good read since I believe in supernatural powers. Sounds like a good read. Can you guess what this expression means? That's right. It means that you are interested in reading the book. Sounds like a good read. Also, we can say, I think I would definitely read Death on the Nile for Agatha Christie, because I love reading detective and crime books. I think I would definitely read. So this is also to show interest. And notice here that you have to mention why you are interested or disinterested in reading some kind of books. Now please pause the video for a while, read the blurbs well, choose 2 books to talk about using these expressions. Let's take some examples. One of the must-read books is Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson, which is a biography. And as we know that biography means the life story of a person written by someone else. Now please pause the video for a while, read the description of the book, and then write down your opinion. Please remember to use some of these expressions to express your opinion about the book. Now let's find out one of the possible answers. We might say, to me, Steve Jobs' biography by Walter Isaacson sounds like a good read since I believe that Jobs was one of the greatest figures in the world of computing. So, I'd be really interested in finding out more about him. Here, we have mentioned the type of the book, the author of the book, and then we talked about our opinion. Also, we have to justify why you are interested in reading such a book. And now let's take another example, The Mysterious Island by Jules Verne, and this is an adventure. And as you know about Jules Verne, you remember him? Yes, he's the author of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And he was very famous for writing science fiction stories. Now please pause the video for a while, read the description of the book, try to write down your opinion using these expressions. Now let's find out the possible answer here. It could be, well, I agree with you about Jobs, but I think I'd prefer to read an adventure, such as The Mysterious Island by Jules Verne. I find the whole idea of starting a new life somewhere I have never been before very exciting. So some of these expressions here, I think I'd prefer to read. Also, why do you prefer to read this kind of books? Because I find the whole idea of starting a new life somewhere I've never been before very exciting. You have to justify your opinion. Another example here is The House of Wisdom by Jonathan Lyons, which is a history book. Now please pause the video for a while, read the description of the book, write down your opinion using these expressions. Now let's answer together. One of the possible answers could be, I know what you mean, but I'm not really into fiction. And here, I'm not really into fiction is used to show disinterest. I'd rather read The House of Wisdom by Jonathan Lyons. I'd rather read. Another expression to show interest in something. Because it describes real events. You see, I find it fascinating to read about the origins of European scientific thought. Note here the expression fascinating. Another example here is Safari Jayma by Teresa O'Kane, which is a travel memoir. And the word memoir here means a book based on the writer's personal knowledge of famous places or famous people or even famous events. Now please pause the video for a while, read the description of the book, and write down your opinion using these expressions. And now let's answer together. I am afraid that it's not the type of book I'd like to read. And this is an expression to show disinterest. I think I'll choose a book that better suits my personality. For example, Safari Jayma by Teresa O'Kane sounds like a good read, since I like to travel and learn about new civilizations and cultures. So I choose Safari Jayma. And finally, talk about the following book, implementing the ideas we have just learned. Let's look at this picture. The book's title is Treasure Island. Do you know what kind of books is that? From the picture. Yes, that's correct. It's an adventure book. So The Treasure Island by Robert Louis. Please read the description of the book. Remember to use the expressions and the phrases to express your opinion about the book. Thank you so much.